How many of you guys would say that you play video games? Any of you? A couple of you? How many of you guys would say that you're at an esports level? Nobody? That's what I thought. So, to clarify what esports is, BBC's 2007 article, What is Esports, simply defines esports as electronic sports. And they actually are as intense as normal physical sports. Esports earnings article, highest overall earnings from 2017, reports that some of the top players make over $3 million a year just by playing esports. However, esports has been built on a very different community than normal physical sports have. And today, I'm here to challenge your perception of the esports community and invite you to get involved in Cal Poly's esports community. I'm telling you this not just as a official member of esports, not just as a longtime gamer, and not just as your classmate, but as an advocate to change the esports community. First, for those of you unfamiliar with the gaming world, I would like to give you some context. Not all gamers have to play apocalyptic shooters or hardcore competitive games. There's millions of games out there, so there's games that are available to everyone. Some of the most popular games for people who aren't serious gamers are party games, which involve more social interaction and are games like Mario Kart or Mario Party. I have over 200 hours logged into most of my games like Counter-Strike and Destiny, and yet a 7-year-old can still beat me at Mario Kart, so it doesn't require any prerequisite skills. In fact, gaming is separated into two different components, competitive and casual gaming, in order to ease in new players. Competitive gaming is just like what it sounds like. It's gamers who spend all their time, money, and effort and put it into gaming and do it as a living. But there's also casual gaming, which is what I fit into, which is gaming that you do for fun, with none of the pressure or stress of competitive gaming. This brings me to my next topic, Cal Poly Esports. Cal Poly Esports is a dedicated group of gamers for Cal Poly to be both competitive and casual, and was started by Ricky, whose article from 2017, What's the Deal with Esports, describes how we function. We have two sets of groups in Cal Poly that fit over the majority of them. The first one is Cal Poly Esports Competitive. And under competitive, we play for TESPA, which is defined in the 2017 article, What is TESPA? Simply a network for college esports. These are some of the games we play. Dota, Overwatch, League, Hearthstone, Rocket League, and as you're familiar with League from the earlier speech, we do that competitively, and it's very similar to Dota. And right now, in our rankings, we are in Overwatch nationally. We're #2 in the nation for Hearthstone and #1 in the nation for Rocket League. So we are very serious about our esports for the competitive league, and we are very good. However, even though we put a lot of time and effort into competitive, we also have spots for casual gamers as well. These aren't all of the games that we have available, but they're a majority of the games. If you're unfamiliar with these, Destiny 2 just came out. It's a sci-fi shooter. Super Smash Bros. Is a party game for the DS in which you fight each other like Nintendo characters. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is a battle roulette in which it's basically like Hunger Games, but with 100 people and cars and guns and explosions. So kind of open to everyone, more fun games, not a lot of competition. Finally, I would like to talk to you about how Esports Club is relevant to all of you. Currently, Esports Club is trying to improve itself, and one way it's trying to improve itself is to include a more diverse group of gamers. When I first joined Esports and went to their meeting, I was extremely intimidated. I didn't know anyone from the actual Esports group. All I knew was that the Esports community online was toxic and they trash talked, and when I got there, I was afraid that would happen again. However, within less than 48 hours of being on their Discord server, which is a social media directed at gamers, I learned that this was not a community that was about to trash talk me. This is the community that I go to study with. It's the community that I go to grocery shop with. It's the community that I go to parties with. And it's the community that we go to 3 a.m. Solidogo about 4 times to 7 times a week with. Esports Club is not just a gaming community, and it's not just competitive. It's a community that's there to game and support each other. And I would like to wrap things up by emphasizing the significance of esports in our community. As esports evolves, it becomes rapidly more significant. And I would like to welcome everyone to join it and help make the community not just about gaming, but about being an enjoyable experience and about being an inclusive experience. Thank you.